Welcome to our channel. If you haven't done it already, please subscribe.
Miles from Tomorrowland. Spaceship Invader. Miles Callisto is at home aboard the Stellosphere. He and his dad are comparing their rock collections. "Check out this one," says Miles. "Dolomite!" exclaims Miles's dad, Leo. "I don't have any of that." "Attention, Callistos," says Stella, the ship's computer. "This is an emergency." The two hurry to the bridge. A strange fog is straight ahead. "It's an exhaust cloud from another ship," says Miles's mom, Phoebe. "And this cloud is dangerous. It could melt the whole Stellosphere." Leo quickly turns the ship to go around the exhaust. But the ship flies too close to the exhaust cloud. One of the engines gets damaged. "We need to land and make repairs," says Leo. Miles's sister Loretta uses her bracelex to find a nearby planet. "It hasn't been mapped or explored yet," she tells Miles, "so it has a number instead of a name. Kepler Planet 63973-B. They all put on their spacesuits and head outside. Miles, Merc, and Loretta are ready to go exploring. "Stay close while Dad and I fix the Stellosphere," Phoebe tells them. "Astrolutely. Come on, Merc," Miles says. "Let's find some dolomite for Dad." Not far from the ship, Miles finds a funny-looking rock sitting in a puddle. "This is definitely going in the collection," he tells Merc. Just then, Leo calls for Miles to come back. The ship is ready to go. When the Stellosphere takes off, Miles is in his room. "I was saving this spot for a really special rock," he says to Merc, "and we found it." Miles steps into the hallway. Merc is about to follow him when he sees the rock move. Then it gets bigger and bigger. The fuzzy rock starts bouncing around the room. Merc tries to catch it, but it is too fast. Merc rounds a corner and bumps into the aquarium. Water splashes onto the rock. Suddenly, it stops moving and shrinks. Miles hears all the noise and walks back into his room. "Merc, were you playing with my new rock?" he asks, laughing. He puts the rock back on the shelf and heads for the bridge. Moments later, Miles and Merc hear Loretta shriek. She saw something inside the air vent in her room. Something rattles in the air vent. "I think it's following me," Loretta says. Merc pulls them over to the rock collection. The fuzzy rock is gone. Suddenly, the automatic door slams. "We're trapped!" Loretta shouts. Merc uses his mechanical neck to push the door open. They look around the hallway, but whatever was holding the door closed is gone. "Let's go find Mom and Dad," says Miles. Nothing on the ship is working. The radio is out. The lights are flickering on and off. And worst of all, the ship is turning by itself, yells Loretta. "Several systems have been taken out of my control," says Stella. There is only one thing to do. They must shut down the entire system and reboot it. The Callisto family hurries to the main power access room, the brain of the ship. But there's something in there that doesn't belong. "How did something that big get onto our ship?" Loretta wonders. "It must be connected to every system on the Stellosphere," Phoebe says. Leo grabs one of the creature's many arms, but it pushes him away and slams the door. To reset the ship, they have to find a way to disconnect the creature from the ship's systems. "But what is that thing?" asks Phoebe. Merc knows. Over and over again, he picks up a booster bite and acts out putting it on a shelf. Finally, Miles understands. "You're saying that thing is my fuzzy rock?" The Stellosphere takes another sharp turn. "The ship is heading back toward that Kepler planet," Phoebe says. Loretta looks at Miles. "Isn't that where you got that fuzzy rock?" she asks. "Maybe it's trying to go home," says Miles. "One tiny problem with that," says Leo. "We're headed straight for that dangerous exhaust cloud." Merc pulls out another booster bite, drops it, and makes a splashing sound. Miles tells his family that the fuzzy rock was sitting in a puddle of water. Maybe putting water on the creature would turn it back into a rock. How can we get water on it? Asks Loretta. It locked the doors. Not all of them, says Leo. Outside the ship, next to the biogarden, is a path that leads into the main power access room. Callisto, suit up, calls Phoebe. We're going for a spacewalk. Loretta and Phoebe open the door, while Leo and Miles attach a hose to the garden's water supply. Hurry, Miles, yells Loretta. The exhaust cloud's getting close. Miles aims the hose down the hatch into the main power access room. Here come the waterworks, says Leo. As soon as the water hits it, the creature gets perfectly still and shrinks down, 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 back to its normal size. Super stellar, shouts Miles. It worked. Leo shouts into his Questcom. Begin system reboot. The exhaust cloud is dangerously close. The Stellosphere is back online, says Stella. Get us away from here, Stella, Phoebe orders. Now! The ship makes a sharp turn and blasts away. Back on the Kepler planet, Miles sets the rock in its puddle. Sorry, Fuzzball, he says. I didn't know you were alive. I'll put a warning into my report to the TTA, says Phoebe. In a way, you inspired a name for this place. Really? Asks Miles. What is it? No lie me tangere, answers Leo. It's Latin for don't touch.
Thank you for watching our videos. If you haven't done it already, please subscribe. Here are some videos we thought you might like.